Have you ever looked at someone and felt an instant judgment rise inside you without even knowing them? I have, and that's exactly where this story begins. Not with them, but with me. Because the uncomfortable truth is, racism doesn't start in crowds, it starts quietly, inside the human mind. I used to think racism was simple. Bad people with bad intentions, but the deeper I looked, the more disturbing the truth became, because racism is not always loud. Sometimes it's silent. Sometimes it hides behind logic, culture, or even fear. And the scariest part? Most people don't even realize it's happening. Inside the brain, there's a system designed for survival. It's ancient, primitive, and brutally efficient. Its job is simple: categorize, judge, react. Before you even think consciously, your brain has already decided: safe or dangerous, us or them. This is where it begins. Not with hate, but with difference. When I first understood this, it changed everything, because I realized racism is not always taught. Sometimes it's learned without words, through media, through environment, through repeated exposure. Little by little, your brain starts building patterns, shortcuts, biases, and once those patterns are formed, they feel like truth, but they're not truth. They're just programming. Think about it. If you grow up constantly seeing a certain group associated with danger, crime and negativity, your brain doesn't question it, it absorbs it. And then one day, you meet someone from that group, and without knowing why, you feel uncomfortable, alert, even threatened. That feeling? It feels real, but it's not reality, it's conditioning. And here's where it gets darker. Because once the brain labels someone as different, it starts doing something dangerous. It dehumanizes, not completely, just enough to create distance. They're not like us. They don't think like us. They don't belong, and suddenly, empathy begins to fade. I had to confront this in myself. Moments where I judged too quickly. Moments where I assumed too much. Mental shortcuts. But here's the cost. You stop seeing people as individuals and start seeing them as symbols. And once that happens, you're no longer reacting to a human being. You're reacting to a story your brain created. So the real question isn't, are some people racist? The real question is, how much of my thinking is actually mine and how much was programmed into me? That question changed me because it forced me to slow down, to pause, to question my first reaction. And that's where real change begins. Not in shouting, not in blaming, but in awareness. Because the moment you become aware, you create a gap. A space between stimulus and response. And in that space, you get to choose. You can choose curiosity over judgment, understanding over assumption, humanity over division. But let's be honest, this isn't easy. Because your brain will resist. It will try to pull you back into old patterns, old beliefs, old fears, but growth has always been uncomfortable. The truth is, we all carry biases. Every single one of us. The difference is not who has them, but who is willing to face them. Because ignoring them doesn't make them disappear. It makes them stronger, invisible, more dangerous. So I made a decision to stop pretending, to stop assuming, to start questioning. Not just the world around me, but the mind inside me. Because real intelligence is not about what you know. It's about what you're willing to challenge. And maybe that's where true freedom begins. Not when the world changes, but when your perception does. So next time you feel that instant judgment, that automatic reaction, pause just for a second and ask yourself, is this truth or is this conditioning? That one question has the power to change everything. If you're ready to think deeper, to see beyond labels, and to take control of your own mind, then write this in the comments.